Hello dear students, welcome to online biology bridge course class, and in this video I am going to explain about the brief information with reference to plant kingdom, and this is topic in 11th PUC. In Karnataka CET and DEET examination this topic has high weightage. So let us study about the introductory part and the basic information about plant kingdom. So kingdom plantae or plant kingdom, both of them are same. The kingdom plantae includes all the plants, and this is one of the five kingdoms proposed by R.H. Whitaker. Among one of the five kingdoms, R.H. Whitaker classified all the organisms into five kingdoms. This I discussed in previous bridge course video. Kingdom Monera, Kingdom Protista, Kingdom Plantae, Kingdom Animalia. So all the kingdom fungi, all these are the different kingdoms of five kingdom classification system proposed by R.H. Whitaker. So all the plants are included in one kingdom, and it is kingdom Plantae. So the members of plant kingdom are eukaryotic. What is the meaning of eukaryotic? The cells contain well-defined nucleus or organized nucleus. The members of this kingdom are multicellular. That means their body is made up of many cells. An important character is that all of them are autotrophic organisms. What is the meaning of autotrophic organism? Autotrophic means the members of this kingdom are able to synthesize their own food material. Any organism which is able to synthesize its own food material, they are called autotrophic. Opposite term to the autotrophic is heterotrophic. Animals like human and other animals, fungi, all of them are heterotrophic. That means they don't have ability to synthesize their own food material. So organism, if it is able to synthesize its own food, it is called autotrophic. If it is unable to synthesize its own food, they are called heterotrophic. Remember, all the members of kingdom Plantae are autotrophic in nature. That means they are able to synthesize their own food material. The same food is consumed by other animals for the purpose of survivalence. Then coming to the next character, the plant cell contains a rigid cell wall. Every member of kingdom Plantae, the body is made up of plant cells, and very important character of the plant cell is presence of a cell wall. And the nature of the cell wall is rigid. It is a stiff outermost protective covering. It provides a definite shape to the plant cell. It provides protection to the plant cell, and presence of cell wall is a main character to consider a cell as a plant cell. And if the plant cell is present in the body, no doubt it is considered as plant, and it is included in the kingdom Plantae. Then another important character, plants have chloroplast, a cell organelle present in the cytoplasm. It contains the chlorophyll, green color pigment, and it is required for the purpose of photosynthesis. These two terms are related to each other. What is that? If organism is autotrophic, it means it has the ability to synthesize its own food material, and the one process with the help of which the food material can be synthesized, it is nothing but photosynthesis. Autotrophic means able to prepare own food or capable of synthesizing own food. The organisms have the ability to synthesize own food. They are called autotrophic. Then photosynthesis, what it means? The photosynthesis is the process in which food is synthesized by the green plants. The green plants synthesize their own food, and this process is known as photosynthesis. The photosynthesis is because of the presence of green pigment called chlorophyll. Due to the presence of chlorophyll, the plants can synthesize their own food material. Which one is autotrophic? No doubt it will prepare its own food. And remember, autotrophic nature is because of the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is possible only when the green pigment chlorophyll is present. Color of the chlorophyll is green, and this chlorophyll is able to absorb light radiations, and the light radiations or light energy is further used for the synthesis of food material. The process is known as photosynthesis. The two important products of the photosynthesis are, one is oxygen and another is food. Just imagine, without oxygen and without food, is it possible that organism can survive on the earth? It is impossible. Both oxygen and food are obtained through the photosynthesis. Without oxygen, the life forms cannot be imagined on the earth, and without food also life cannot be imagined on the earth. And this entire credit goes to all the members of kingdom Plantae, because they have the ability to carry out the photosynthesis, and when the plants carry out photosynthesis, the two important products obtained are oxygen and food. With the help of these two products, the life forms are surviving on the earth. So this is about the introductory part. Now moving to the next one. The plant kingdom has been classified into 5 groups. Actually, this one is included in that only. This is 4. The plant kingdom has been classified into 4 groups. Let me correct that one. The 4 important groups of plant kingdom are Thallophyta, which includes algae, fungi, especially algae and bryophytes. Let me correct this one. This is 4 subgroups. So 4 subgroups are there in the plant kingdom. Thallophyta includes algae and bryophytes. Next group is Pteridophyta, gymnosperms and geosperms. If you observe these images, every plant is differing from one group to another group. Pteridophytes are belonging to the thallophytes because the plant body is not differentiated into root, stem and leaves. If the structure is not differentiated into root, stem and leaves, it is called thallus. The plant with thallus organization is called Thallophyta, and the members are algae and bryophytes. Here is the image of bryophyte. Pteridophytes little bit superior than bryophytes. Here we can see the root, stem and leaves. Gymnosperms are superior than pteridophytes. There we can see the formation of seeds, but seeds are absent in bryophytes and pteridophytes. The most superior group of the plants is of angiosperms. For the first time, the flower production started in the angiosperms, hence angiosperms are called flowering plants. Bryophytes and algae, they are included in the halophytes, then pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. All these are the different groups of plant kingdom, and every group has its own specific character. So moving to the next one, here is the schematic representation of the four main groups of the plant kingdom: mosses and liverworts, nothing but they are bryophytes. Mosses and liverworts are the names of bryophytes. So this group represents about the bryophytes. Then ferns are members of pteridophytes. The ferns are members of pteridophytes. Conifers are members of gymnosperms, and flowering plants is the term used for angiosperms, because among all the members of plant kingdom, the flower production is the unique and specific character observed only in the angiosperms. That is why angiosperms are known as flowering plants. So every group is having a common name. Bryophytes are commonly known as amphibians of plant kingdom. Why they are named so? That I am going to explain in the next video. Bryophytes are commonly known as amphibians of plant kingdom. This is common name used for bryophytes. Like that, pteridophytes are called first vascular plants because they contain xylem and phloem. Gymnosperms are called naked seeded plants because seeds are not covered by the seed coat. And angiosperms, as explained, they are commonly known as flowering plants. So all the group, whether it is bryophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm or angiosperm, based on their characters, they are given with some common names. Bryophytes are called amphibians of the plant kingdom. Pteridophytes are called first vascular plants. Gymnosperms are called naked seeded plants, and angiosperms are called flowering plants. In the next video, let us study about why the name of bryophytes is amphibians of plant kingdom. Is there any economical important bryophyte, and some examples with reference to bryophytes. Hope explained part is clear for you. Thank you.